Hello and welcome to DCB Travel Experience Virtual Cruise Night. I'm Deanne Brown. I'm the owner of the luxury travel business. I'm glad you could join me today as I introduce to you Mr. Tracy with Virgin Voyages. Tonight, you're get ready to learn all you can about cruising the adult way. So he's going to give you some destinations, some different aspects of the cruise line. And at the end, um, we'll have any time for any questions. If you want to email me later on, that's great as well. Right now, I'm just going to turn it over to Mr. Tracy.
Thank you, Dion. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for taking some time to learn more about Virgin tonight. We appreciate this opportunity. And I have to say, I have a special place in my heart for Dion because my middle name is actually Dion. It's spelled
I
D-I-O-N.
didn't know.
Yeah, so I was going to be Tracy Nicole if I was a girl, but I came as a boy, and my mom said, "Oh, let's use Dion." So we share a name, so that's awesome. But
Oh,
yeah, thank you again for giving us this chance to introduce this brand. I know you had a personal experience on it not long ago, so at any point as we go through the presentation tonight, please feel free to chime in any way you want, and we will be happy to share your experience as we go. I'm going to turn my camera off too real quick so that you don't have to see me this whole time as I talk. But please let me know if you have anything. Oops, I got to reverse my presentation here. Hang on just a second, guys. I'm so sorry. I had it set up for a different show, so I have to switch this over to primary monitor. There we go. Now let's start again. I'm so sorry about that. Here we go. How's that look? That looks better, right?
great.
Well, let's get going here today. Thank you again for this time. We're going to try to keep this to about a 30-minute presentation. But as I said, we are very much pleased to work with wonderful travel partners. We call them first mates, like Dion and the work that she does as well. And like I said, she and her friend, what was her name again? Cola?
Cola, yes.
Paula, she traveled with you back in August on one of our celebration voyages. And it looks like you had a great time. There's great pictures there on your Facebook page. And yep, you got to hang out with the man himself, Mr. Branson. So he is a cool dude. I got to meet him briefly a couple of years ago when I started here. And he is just as good as you would expect him to be. A great, great guy. We appreciate who he is and working for him. And for everyone watching tonight, if you decide to make a booking with Dion here in the next week or so, sometime even into early November, we could stretch these dates, but our promotions usually run to the end of a month. You can get some extra onboard credit if you make that booking here pretty soon. And if you make a booking on some of our Mediterranean for next year, we're going to double that credit. And I'm actually going to show you those sailings that we've got this double credit on. So if you're thinking about going to the Med for 2025, now's a good time to go ahead and make that deposit and start making your plans to fly away out to either Barcelona, Athens, places like that next year. So keep that in mind. So for the next few minutes, let's talk about the top 7 reasons to set sail with Virgin Voyages. And we believe these are the things that people talk about the most after they come back from maybe their first experience. And the number one reason people like to go with us, and Dion, you can probably comment on this, is we don't have any kids on our ships. And that makes a difference, doesn't it, dear? From your
It
experience?
does.
Yeah. You know, we hear the word vibe a lot right now, especially with the politics and things that are going on, but the vibe on our ship is completely different when you take kids off. I mean, it just really makes it feel just different. I mean, it's hard to describe until you've experienced it yourself. So yeah, definitely want to check out Virgin Voyages for the kids free experience. And I love Mr. Branson's quote. He started thinking about a cruise line back 50 years ago when he was just 20 something years old. He started Virgin Records, back in the late 60s. But now he realizes, hey, it's for everyone that's over 18 who is young at heart. So it's not really an age thing. It's an attitude thing. And you probably saw that on your sailing, that there are people in their, early 20s all the way up to their 70s and 80s. Mr. Branson is 73, I think now. So it's really kind of cool to see how all the ages come together. So no kids, that's reason number 1, and that's enough. We could stop right there, right? But let's go to reason number 2. Mr. Branson, as we mentioned, likes to do things differently when he creates something new. So he was tired of the fact that other cruise lines, what we call nickel and dime you to death with, extra charges as soon as you get on board, like specialty dining. Well, all of our dining is specialty, and we're going to talk more about that in a few minutes. And it's all included, which is amazing. 20 different eateries, 6 fantastic restaurants you can choose from, and you can just have a wonderful sit-down meal, and there's no bill at the end of it. It's included. Your basic drinks are included, your soft drinks, your water. It's already in your cabin every day. It's really done well. And the only thing you have to pay for as far as drinks go is alcohol, but we got a little solution for that too, I'll talk more about. Tips, that's a big deal these days. I don't know about you, Dion, but when I go somewhere, it's almost inevitable that someone turns an iPad around and says, we'd like to add 15
Yes,
to 20.
15, 20%. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. We go ahead and include it. And so it really takes that pressure off. And it actually changes your dynamic with the crew on board too. We'll talk more about that, but it really makes it feel much more like an all-inclusive experience where you're not worried about that extra little bit of money here and there. Wi-Fi is included. That's a big deal. We have a premium Wi-Fi if you want to upgrade to that. If you need to do some work while you're on board and need to upload things, that's fine. But the basic Wi-Fi works very well. Your shows and entertainment, as well as your group fitness classes, these are all included. That's stuff that other cruise lines are going to charge you extra for. And sometimes it's as much as what, $1,500 to get off the ship after paying for all that stuff. We also do this in a casually luxurious atmosphere. And Dion, you can tell from your personal experience, people don't feel like they have to impress anybody on the ship, right? You don't have to dress up. You can if you
No.
want to. Yeah. And some people do. It's perfectly fine. If you want to, show off a little bit, it's fine. Or if you want to dress down and be casual, it's perfectly fine. It's a lot like an all-inclusive resort, I like to say, at sea, that you're floating into different places every day. So we have beautiful facilities on our ships. We have an amazing spa. We have a great place for you to get your manis and your petties here at the tune-up. We have a place for you to get your hair did. We're in the South, so we say, I got to go get my hair did. As a matter of fact, when we get finished, I'm getting my hair did as well. And then we have a place for tattoos. And if you'd like to get a tattoo, we're the only cruise line with a tattoo parlor at sea. So we do kind of set ourselves apart a little differently in some ways. And this place books up immediately as soon as you get on the ship. Did you stop in and see the tattoos when you were on board?
I actually got my nose pierced
Did you really? Awesome.
the
Yeah.
morning of my birthday. I went and got my nose pierced.
On your birthday. That's awesome. I think that's great to have those capabilities on our ship. People love to take advantage of that. So reason number 3 you might want to go, and we already kind of alluded to this, is we love to elevate the dining experience. Let me tell you from the beginning, all of our menus are curated by Michelin star chefs. And if you know anything about cuisine, Michelin star is the highest level you can go, right? Dion, did you know, now this is just a rumor, that there's potential that Michelin may actually come and rate our restaurants on our ships? There are no Michelin starred restaurants in North Carolina. I have the Michelin guide on my phone. Okay,
Hmm.
here where we live, there's no Michelin starred restaurants. Our ships may actually eventually soon sometime get a star or more stars than the whole state of
Wow.
North Carolina. And that really tells you a lot about the food. Now, what was your personal experience with the food on the ship? What did you think?
It was amazing. The best meal I had was at Pink Agave. I know
Yeah,
everybody talks about the steak there. I don't
yeah,
eat beef,
yeah,
but the other things that I had, especially the corn, I
yeah.
wish I had got 2 servings of the corn because it was
The
that good.
esquite. Yes, I call that crack corn. Yeah, that pink agave. It is incredible because it's addictive, man. You can just keep ordering more and more of it, but it's great. Our steak and seafood place is called The Wake. Did you get to eat at The Wake while you were on the ship too? Did you get to
I
enjoy?
did. I had brunch at the wake.
Oh yeah, well, I mentioned brunch. That's exactly what the menu I got pulled up here, right here. The brunch is fantastic. You got the eggs Benedict, you got all kinds of different things. You can even get like a clam chowder as a starter for your brunch. The French toast here is fantastic. What did you have on the brunch menu? Do you remember?
I had exactly those 2 things that you have right now. I had the French toast and I had the crab Benedict.
It's almost like I just took that right off out of your experience, but I didn't. These are pictures I had. So yeah, it is really good. You'll enjoy brunch. You can do brunch also at Razzle Dazzle, and we'll talk more about that. Extra Virgin is our Italian restaurant. It is fantastic. It's served family style too, like most things are for the sides and stuff like that. So you can share all that. And you mentioned pink agave. Yep, it
Yes.
is incredible. It's won a couple of awards for its amazing food here. And I love the fact they do small plates, medium plates, large plates, and you can get just a small sample of something, or you can get a larger whatever, and it's really up to you. And plus, it's already included, so you can order more than one if you want to. It's not like you're paying extra for any of this stuff. Razzle Dazzle is our cool vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free experience. Of course, we have all those options at all of our restaurants, but this one is sort of focused more on that But there is fantastic carnivore options here too. There's a great pastrami. There's great chicken wings here. An Impossible Burger. What did you have anything at Razzle when you
We
sailed?
actually went there for brunch and for dinner. My friend Cola, who also had the birthday during that time, she
Yeah,
is more on the healthier side, so
yeah,
she enjoyed the brunch.
yeah,
Not me so much. I needed
yeah.
more meat in my life. But the dinner definitely had options for everybody. I came with two other friends, and they had, I think, the chicken and biscuit option for
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
Um, and I think we also had like the fish, but it was great for both of our aspects of food.
Yeah, yeah. Folks love the razzle dazzle. There's a lot of variety there. It's a cool atmosphere too, a little different look to it. We have a great place to have a party and a meal at the same time at Gun Bay. This is a nice little group setting. You're sitting in booths of like 6 folks together, and it's a great place maybe for your first night on a sailing with us, and you want to get to know other people. You will get to know people at Gun Bay. It is a lot of fun. It's cooked right in front of you. The test kitchen is our 6 course tasting menu, which is really unique. If you're a foodie and you want to, experiment how things are created, it's really a cool environment. Did you do test kitchen when you sailed with us, Dion, too?
I did it for my clients.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a very interesting experience. They do
Different.
have alternate options for, again, I don't eat beef or pork, so they did make a
Yeah.
couple different options for me,
Yeah.
but it was definitely an experience.
It's different. It definitely is different. And it's not necessarily filling. It's not a huge meal. It's tasting. So you have smaller
Hmm.
plates. But yeah, go get a pizza afterwards. It's perfectly fine. And talking about pizza, we got lots of other great places to eat on the ship. These are our 6 main restaurants. But like I mentioned, we have a great place for ice cream. I know you ladies probably popped into the ice cream shop.
We did.
It is called Lick Me Till Ice Cream, and it's free. And I usually, when I sail, get 4 or 5 cones a day. I mean, they know me by name when I pop in there. So love some ice cream. Also, the dock and the dock house. Did you guys hang out back there and get some of that tapas and Mediterranean food?
We actually did that when we first got on the boat. We
Yeah,
did the
that's a
dock house.
smart place to go when you first get on. It's a great place to hang out and see folks. Yeah, great food there. The pizza, as I mentioned, is fantastic. The social club has like pretzels and hot dogs and popcorn and bougie milkshakes and fun
Hmm.
games from your childhood that you can sit and play. And the galley has a lot of different options for you. And I know you ladies went up to the galley and experienced lots of different things up there. We got the panini, bento boxes of sushi. We got paninis. We got noodles. We got tacos. We got burgers. We got 24-hour breakfast here, soup and salad, sweet stuff. Did you find any place you like particularly up here at the galley?
I went to the diner place and got some things out of there a
Yeah.
couple times, and I think I did maybe a taco one time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's a nice place just to kind of get a lot of different options for you. And we have this thing called Ship Eats where the food can be delivered to you. It's room service, if you will. It's put in these nice little canvas bags where you don't have these trays out in the hallway and stuff like that. Just little things like that make a difference. And then it can, you can have breakfast delivered to you. That French toast looks just as good as it did at the wake. So it's really good stuff if you want to have Ship Eats brought to your room. And I mentioned earlier about our drink package. We don't really have a package. We have something called bar tab. So when you come on board, all your drinks other than your alcoholic drinks and your specialty coffees and your fruit smoothies, those do cost a little extra. The others are included, your soft drinks and your tea and your coffee and that stuff. And how's the bar tab work? Okay, before you sail, you get with Dion and say, I think I might need to add an extra 300 or $500 of bar tab. When you do that in advance prior to sailing, you get extra money added to it. So let's just say you do the $500, sort of in the middle there. We're going to give you another $100 on top. Now, what does that equate to? This is what our drinks typically cost. $5 or $6 for a beer, $9 or $10 for a cocktail, or 10 or $12 for a glass of wine. So when we add that $100 on there, you can get 10 more cocktails on us if you're just getting a $10 cocktail. So it's a pretty good deal to see that extra money added. Plus, if you just got some money left at the end of your sailing and you think, well, I need to get rid of this, you can shake for champagne. Dion, did you see anybody shaking for champagne on the ship while you were sailing?
I didn't see anybody shake for champagne, but it was a whole champagne room to sip
Yeah.
full of champagne.
Yeah, everybody loves sip champagne party. It's fantastic. They even have a tea there in the afternoons. Did you guys walk through
Mhm.
and see them doing the tea too? It's
We
really
did
cool.
see the tea happening when we walked through.
And you can use bar tab for the tea if you want to do that as well. So you can charge just like 35 bucks for that afternoon tea, and you can use your bar tab to do that, which is really kind of neat.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Reason number four, folks like to go with us. Our ships are kind of cool. I think they're kind of sexy too. You know, that red and that gray, and they just got a good, sleek look to them. They're not huge. They're only 900 feet long. 2,500 passengers is really what we sail at. Maximum would be 27, but we never get close to that. About 1,150 crew, and they're amazing people. 1,400 cabins or so. So they're really sort of mid-sized ships compared to these other big, huge things that are out there on the water these days. We got great technology. This is your wearable. It's a little band that we give you when you check in. How quickly and easily was your check-in process in Miami when you got on board, Dion?
Well, we were rock stars,
Oh gosh,
so
so you were
we
treated
went
like
past everybody in and on within like 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you, even regular sailors get that kind of treatment. They get in and out. I say from Uber to cabin in less than 15 minutes. If you get
Mhm.
there at your check-in time, you got your documents all ready to go, you're on the ship in no time because we have the easiest, most efficient way of getting through our embarkation process. You got the app, you need to download this. As soon as you make a booking, go ahead and start making plans. You can start booking things. If you're a rock star like Dion was, you can start booking your dining 60 days in advance. If you're in a regular cabin like people like me, we can do it 45 days in advance. But you can actually even start booking some of your shore experiences 120 days in advance through your app, or Miss Dion can help you with it too. We got these great cabins. That little wearable I showed you will get you in and out of your cabin. They are very technologically advanced. Now, Dion wasn't in one of these common type cabins. This is our most common type cabin. It's called a sea terrace. We have some insiders and we have some sea view cabins. So if folks want to save a little money, right now we got a promotion going. If you book a sea view, we're going to automatically upgrade you to a sea terrace, which is a cool deal. I'll tell you more about that as we finish up. But sea views are nice cabins. We have insiders. They're nice cabins. You see the little iPad on the wall there on the right-hand side. Those are so handy to kind of control everything in your cabin. But like I said, the most common type cabin is the sea terrace because people love the balconies. Now, on your balcony too, you had one of these hammocks as well, right, Dion? Did you
Yes,
enjoy that hammock? Wasn't it cool?
it was.
Yeah, very comfortable. This is Dion's status we're looking at now. She was a rock star. Yes, you get priority boarding. Yes, you get your own rock star agent to help you. Yes, you get an in-room bar that you can enjoy. Yes, you get some special treatment because hey, you deserve it. Were you in what kind of suite were you in? A brilliant suite or a
We were in a brilliant suite.
yeah, brilliant. They're fantastic. They're up near the front of the ship. These are the back ship suites. They're called cheeky corner suites. They got big old balconies on them. People love those big balconies. We got suite aft suites right in the middle of the cheeky corner suites. And as I said, the brilliant suites are more up toward the front here on deck 14. So they're very, very nice too. Very well pointed as well. Here's some of the interior space. You like that peekaboo shower area where you can kind of look in from your shower to the bedroom area? Wasn't that pretty cool?
It was. It was. We had ours covered up though, but it was a
Yeah,
nice
well, yeah.
it was a
Girlfriends are
nice
like,
feature.
yeah, I like you, but I don't want to see you in the shower. But for, romantic couples traveling together, they kind of enjoy it. Then we have Mega Rockstar, which is where I think Dion's going to wind up one of these days as one of our mega rock stars. There's only 15 of these cabins on the ship, and two of them are at the very front. They're called massive suites. Let me give you a little walkthrough of how amazing these are. You got your own circular couch, private space here. You got your beautiful front view, very nice European king bed. You've got another room here where there's a fold-out couch that becomes a bed. Then you got a huge bathroom area. You can play baseball in here if you'd like. I think the World Series will be in one of these. I'm not sure. And then the guitars, you can actually play the guitars. They're included. And this is the outdoor space here. You're right above the bridge. So if you want to go drive the ship, I think you could probably work that out too. Go see the captain and say, give me the keys, Captain. We'll drive this thing. So yeah, the suites and the ship. What was your impression just of the ship itself, Deanna? What do you think?
The ship was amazing. I told other people this. He really thought out how to make cruising better. I've
Yeah,
never seen so much seating
yeah,
throughout a ship in my life, and not just regular chairs, like couches and loungers and everything. You if you want to just sit down, you can just sit down anywhere. It was always somewhere just to relax, and you didn't have to go back to your room or go by
Yeah.
the pool to find a chair. It was seating everywhere.
Very social is the way I describe it. Everything is
Yeah.
designed to be social. You want to interact with people, or if it's just you and a small group of friends, you guys can just find a little quiet place you can sit and chat. And I like that too. I've never heard it described the way you did. That's perfectly way to describe the ship. It's a very social type place. Reason number 5 you might want to go with us is we're going to some cool places. Now, when we started 4 years ago with just one ship, we were just in the Caribbean because you can only go one place with one ship, right? So we're out of Terminal V. We talked about how amazing this terminal is a few minutes ago and how quick and easy it is to get on board the ship. And we've been doing the Caribbean now for going on 5 years, 4.5 years. These are some of our more common Caribbean sailings. They're fantastic. They're out of Miami. We also go out of San Juan in the Caribbean now too. And we come back to this beautiful beach club at Bimini. It's a nice private space. There again, very social as well. 2 big pool areas that you can enjoy. And of course, a beachfront area. Here's the beautiful pools. I say the one to the left is a little more quiet and docile, even though they play pool volleyball there. The one to the right is where the party is in the afternoon, right, Dion? On this
Yeah.
side, we're looking at. We'll show a picture of that in a second. Beautiful beach area if you want to hang out by the ocean, or the cabanas are really nice to rent. And yeah, here's the floaties that we throw out. Did you stay for the pool party? Did you have a good time there?
We saw it, but we stayed on the on the Rockstar side most
Oh,
of the
that's
trip.
right. Yeah, I forgot you got VIP access over there too. Yeah. If you're a rock star, you don't have to hang out with the common people. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. They take great care of you there. Oh, here's a picture of you having a good time there at the beach club. That's awesome. Good picture. I might have to use that in my other promotional because you guys are way prettier than our normal models we have.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the other things we do out of the Caribbean, like I said, out of San Juan, we do some really cool stuff. A little further down into the Lesser Antilles and places like that. We even go to Colombia and Cartagena out of San Juan. This 12-day sailing is really cool. That's next year. We even do the holidays this year. If you want to do something and get away over Christmas and maybe just want to spend some time in the Caribbean out of San Juan, you can check these out. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Branson maybe showed up and said hello on some of these sailings this winter as well. He lives at Necker Island, which isn't too far from Tortola, British Virgin Islands. So he might just pop in
Hi.
on some of these sailings. What was that?
I said, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's close by there. So he might join on some of these as well. And then, of course, we got some other great stuff out of San Juan for next spring as well. So if you're interested in any of these, Dion can definitely get you more details. Now, this is something I mentioned at the beginning, and we're doing a special push for Mediterranean 2025. And so if you've ever thought about going to the Med, maybe going to Barcelona, France, Italy, and Greece, this is a great sailing. We're doubling the sailor loop 8 nights in April of next year. I know it's maybe short notice for some of you, but it's a great time to get some good airfare right now. We're even doing Turkey and Santorini and Mykonos. And you notice here, when we got a little mask there by the port, that means we spend the night there in that particular port. That means you can stay out as late as you want to. You will not be running back to the ship to see it leave at 8 o'clock at night. We stay all night long. I love this itinerary. If you've never been to Dubrovnik in Croatia, this is a great trip. You definitely want to do that. We even spend the night in Mykonos here as well, so that you can stay and explore that wonderful island there in the Greek Aegean Sea. Barcelona and Rome. This is a great loop out of Barcelona, but it does La Spezia and Ibiza, spending the night in both of those amazing ports. If you've ever heard anything about Ibiza, Spain, you know why we spend the night there, right? It's a lot of fun. Here's southern Spain and Morocco, classic Casablanca. And of course, we spend the night in Ibiza on this one. And then even up in the North Atlantic, Dion, we're going out of Portsmouth, which is just south of London, over to Amsterdam, spend the night there. And we also spend the night in Reykjavik, Iceland, after 2 other stops in Iceland. This is a really cool one. And we do it in reverse. So once we get the ship to Iceland, we got to bring it back. So you can do it in reverse. If you want to start in Reykjavik and work your way back to the UK, you can do it. That's all next summer in July and August of next year. And then don't forget too, we also have this Barcelona and French coastline, as well as Rome and Tuscany, finishing up in Italy. So this is one way from Barcelona to Rome. I can say Civitavecchia, but Rome is a whole lot easier to say, right? And spends the night again in Ibiza. And then, of course, Italy, Spain, and France. This is from Rome back to Barcelona. So somewhat of a reverse of what we just looked at there. Again, a wonderful experience there. And then last but not least, this nice little 8-night sailing on Resilient Lady in April and May of next year. there, starting in Spain, finishing up again in Greece. So those sailings I just talked about have double the sailor loop if you'd like to jump on those. So, and Brilliant Lady is our last lady ship coming out next year. She is number 4 in the lineup, and she will start in New York. So if you have friends or family up in the Northeast and you guys want to jump on one of our beautiful sailings, look at these. We got a couple different mermaiden sailings out of the harbor of New York. We're going down to Bermuda to spend the night, but we're also going to go up to Canada on this particular time frame. This time next year, it'd be beautiful to see the fall foliage up in that area, and it will even come down through the Carolinas.
Hmm.
When she comes into Charleston for a port day in October of next year, I'm going to have a group. We're going to go down there and check her out. So if you would like to
Okay.
trip down to Charleston, and I think it's around the 14th or so or 13th of October next year, we're going to go check out Brilliant Lady when she's in port that day. So keep that in mind. But this is a great
Okay.
sailing from Canada all the way to Miami. And then she'll be doing some great stuff in Miami before she does the Panama Canal. A lot of people have this on their bucket list to go through that Panama Canal. This is the only time she's scheduled to go, March of 2026. She will go through the Panama Canal because we're going to have her on the West Coast in 2026. This will be our first ship sailing out of LA. We're going to have a
She
great
is moving.
yeah, she's making the loop all around North America. Eventually, she'll wind up in Canada in the West Coast because she'll go to Alaska in the summer of 26. And those itineraries are dropping very, very soon. So keep an eye out for
I
those.
will say that is what I do like about Virgin,
Yeah.
that it's not the same itinerary. You
Oh,
get off on Monday and
yeah.
it's taking the same one through Thursday through Friday and then doing the same one again
Yeah.
Friday through Monday. They
Yeah.
are moving along. So if you want to see something totally different, Virgin is definitely has that.
We try to mix it up. And you talking about totally different. Y'all remember that eclipse we had here in North America, a couple of years ago? People just love that. It's going to happen again in Europe in 2026. That summer, we're doing sailings that will focus on seeing the eclipse, both in the North Atlantic around the UK and also down in the Mediterranean. So if that's something that's on your list, check out our marvelous voyages. They are pretty cool, and that's for the summer of 2026. So we're always looking for cool new things. And last year we introduced something called a summer season pass where you could get 4 sailings back to back from 24 days to 40 nights. We're doing it again next year. So if you can take a month off or if you can work remotely and you want to go hang out in the Mediterranean for a whole month next summer, this is a really good deal. We give you all kind of perks if you sign up for this. It's really worth it. And so you might want to check that out, the summer season pass for next summer. It's a lot of fun. And you know, too, Dion, when we get off the ship, we call these things called shore things. We have a great time. We have all different types of options for you. It kind of continues the same feeling you have on the ship, off the ship, and it's really a unique experience. Everything from energetic to relaxing to cultured. Even Mr. Branson has his short list of things that he recommends that we do. And we do all this in a very sustainable and responsible way. We definitely want to make sure we leave a place better than we found it once we visit there. So that's a big part of who we are, and it's a big part of our DNA. If you want to see those shore experiences, just go on the website or have Dion pull it up for you. She can actually send you a link to everything that we do in every port that we visit. It's right there for you to see. Reason number 6, as we sort of finish up here tonight, I want to make sure you know that you're going to have a great time on the ship. We talk about how cool they are, how sexy they are, how nice the rooms are, but let me tell you, the entertainment is different, and it is different in a good way, right, Dion? Did you get to experience some of our entertainment?
We did. We went to a couple of shows.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people love this show called Dual Reality here in the Red Room. I got to tell you, I have a tear in my eye every time at the end of this show. It's just got a great ending to it. It's got a great message. I'm not going to give it away, but you definitely want to see this. Cirque du Soleil meets Romeo and Juliet, right? Or West Side Story. It's really a good little story. In Europe, we do this great show called Persephone. I'll tell you, it's a Greek tragic mythology story, and it is so well done. You're in the middle of it. That's the picture I actually took, and that's how close you are to what's going on the stage. It is so cool. I won't give it away. And if you've ever, I don't condone doing drugs. I've never done drugs in my life, but if you ever wonder what it's like to do acid, did you go through the Untitled Dance Show party thing, Dion?
I think that was one of the ones we went to see.
Yeah, this is where the stage moves, the dancers move, everything kind of moves. There's a talking cat. There's a bald-headed opera singer. I mean, this is like confusing and entertaining all at the same time. You leave there sweating, smiling, and confused. But it was so much fun. I'm telling you, this is a different, fun show. If you like to move or watch other people move, this is nonstop at the Untitled Dance Show Party thing. Got to check that out just for the entertainment value alone. The Manor is our nightclub space. It is fantastic for, some of our smaller shows, more intimate shows, and DJ here until 2 a.m. Did you guys stay out with the DJ at the
We
Manor?
did
Yeah.
just about every night
Well,
we
your
were at the
birthday.
manor.
That's right, your birthday. That's where you got to finish up every night in the Manor. It's got that iconic mirrored walkway as you go in. Everybody got to get their pictures there. PJ party, the first night of every sailing. We have this cool PJ party. I don't know why this lady has a pinata, but you can bring a pinata to the PJ party if you want to. Bring a glass of wine, wear your silky PJs, have a good time. Did you ladies have a good time at the PJ party?
We did. It was some weather issues, so it got moved into the manor, but
Oh,
we did have a good time.
yeah, when it gets moved into the Manor, it's packed in there too, but it's still a lot of fun. Yeah, the DJ really does a good job at the PJ. And Scarlet Night, that's the night that the whole ship comes together and there's something happening everywhere. You wear a little splash of red. The Happenings crew here dances for you on the roundabout stairs. They have a fake wedding down there. Did you guys see the wedding and all that fun stuff too?
No, they did all the special stuff really on the pool deck because that was the night that Boy George DJ'd.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. For Scarlet Night, he was up there DJing, and I'm telling you, it gets packed up there too when he's playing the tunes and everybody's having a good time. So yeah, the Scarlet Night is the highlight of the trip for a lot of folks from a whole ship party experience. We have a lot of people who like to celebrate, just like you ladies celebrated your birthdays with us. We have people who celebrate all kinds of things, and we really want to encourage you to do that. If you have a small group of friends, maybe 2 or 3 cabins together, you guys can do a thing called a splash for your bash. You can purchase this before you sail. We add some extra things to you like the bottomless brunch and a really nice elevated dinner just for your small group. We can also do a splash of romance if you're sailing with that significant other and you guys want to have a romantic time. This is a little extra that you can add on to give your priority boarding and a little spa treatment and all that kind of fun stuff. It's a nice little extra for you, and Dion can do this for you before you sail. It's really easy to add. So you're going to have a great time when you sail with us. And then last but not least, as we finish up here, we want you to experience the world's #1 cruise line. And we're not bragging when we say that, but we're Travel and Leisure and Condé Nast have both voted us the #1 cruise line 2 years in a row. And those are some pretty big names in the industry. As a matter of fact, if you look up who has the most influence out there, it is usually Condé Nast and Travel and Leisure. So we're very, very proud of that. We won this great award from travel agents, actually, for the best onboard wellness program this past year through the Travel Age West Wave Award. So very proud of that. And Cruise Critic thinks we're pretty cool too. We swept every category they had last year, and I'm expecting to sweep it again this year with amazing accolades. And this is what our guests say about us when they sail. They like, I've been with the other cruise lines, but I'm not going back. I'm a Virgin fan for life. That's a 67-year-old lady saying that. And then this guy, Andy, out of Atlanta said, I was blown away by the service. It really does make a huge difference. So this is what I say really makes a difference for us is our crew. Now, Dion, you probably got to get to know some of them or work, get to experience that. But we let them be themselves. They can have colored hair. They can have tattoos. They can have piercings. We don't care. Wear your uniform, do your job. And then when you're off duty, you can actually come up above above the crew area and interact too while you're sailing. Other cruise lines don't let the crew do that, right?
Yeah, we saw a lot of not just the what's happening crew, but a lot of just other staffers. I think it was a couple from like the medical
Yeah,
unit
yeah,
up there at the galley having dinner.
yeah.
They were amongst us.
Yeah, we encourage that. We want our crew to interact with our sailors. It just makes for a better environment all the way around. And hey, we give them free Wi-Fi. We pay them well. They're not worried about tips. Like I said, tips are included. So they're not trying to impress you so that you'll give them more money. The money's already there. You can definitely carry a couple extra bucks in your pocket if someone really impresses you and you want to leave them something. You can do that. It's not required though. It's already taken care of. And so I just love our crew. They are fantastic. So as we wrap up here, why would you want to go with us? These are the reasons. No kids, great food, everything's included. We have a wellness focus that I didn't talk a lot about, but you saw the fitness facilities. Did you guys use those quite a bit when you were sailing too? Did you check them out?
I checked them out. I did not
It was
use.
your birthday. Yeah. We have great class areas. We have all the spin classes. We have everything you can need from a fitness perspective. And then you can curate your own experience. You can really, party till 2 a.m. if you want, or curl up and read a book and go to bed at night. It's completely up to you because our ship is really more of a warm yacht type feel. Did you feel that when you sailed with us, Dion? Is that how you experienced the ship?
Yes, it was very relaxing, very, social if you wanted to be. You just mentioned about curling up with your book. The rooms are equipped with plenty of movies to just sit around and watch movies if that's what you want to do.
Yep.
They don't cost any extra.
Yep.
So we watched a couple movies at night as well. But
Yeah.
yes,
I do that every time. I always look for a movie I haven't seen yet and just kind of chill out for a couple hours in my room and just be antisocial for a bit. It's perfectly fine. Now, I do want to kind of let folks know there are a few things we don't have, and maybe this is disappointing for some folks. We'll just have to see. But we don't have announcements on our ship. Did you notice how quiet it is? People,
very.
yeah, we don't bother you. You don't have to have someone telling you that bingo with the diva is starting in the manner. It's perfectly fine. We also don't have photographers, so there's not anybody trying to take your picture and sell it back to you. That is from the 80s, people. Let's let that go, right? And then lastly, we don't have these things. Just a reminder, that's the video that says No Kids on the Ocean we produced a couple of years ago. If you might want to check that out on YouTube, it's a cute little video. So what's happening now? I mentioned our current promotion. We got 70% off the second sailor right now, and we're giving you a free balcony upgrade. So buy the sea view and we give you the sea terrace, which is great. And then if you pay in full, we're going to give you some instant cash off. Depending on how expensive the sailing is, that could be more, another $500 we take off. So that's the 3 current promotions happening right now. And those will run until November the 11th, I'm pretty sure. But the sooner you lock these in, the better. Let me just tell you, we have dynamic pricing, which means as things get sold, prices go up. And so the earlier you book, the more likely you are to save money. That's just how we work things. We have this sailing club too. So Dion, you've sailed once, you're going to sail again. After that second sailing, you'll now be part of our Blue Extras Club, which are things that we can add to your sailing. Here's what the Blue Extras are. You get a specialty coffee every day. You get a dedicated support team. You also get a special cocktail event and laundry service as a Blue Extra. But then after you sail a couple more times, after your 4th sailing, you get deep blue extras. You are then a big wig with us on your 5th sailing, and you get priority boarding, $100 worth of bar credit every day. Also some more, not every day, but for the sailing. And then also unlimited premium Wi-Fi, exclusive stuff. So it's really cool once you get to that 5th sailing. But if you got, Dion, if you got folks who have status with other cruise lines and they want to
Hmm.
try us out, this is the status levels that we are honoring right now. Between now and the end of the year, I promise you this will not happen in 25. This is going away. So between now and the end of the year, if you have this status and you can provide Dion with an email or something showing you have this status, she can request to get you the blue extras even on your first sailing with us. So that's a good way for you to kind of try out how special it is to be part of our sailing club. So let us know. We can do a quick little form and you can get those blue extras added to your first sailing with Virgin if you have status with those other cruise lines. Don't forget, this is the deal. Any booking you make here in the next few days or a week, we're going to add the extra loot, and then anything to the med, those 9 itineraries we talked about, we're going to add double that amount based on what you might be booking. So what type of cabin category you choose. Who's ready to make ship happen? Are you ready to make ship happen, Dion?
I am.
Yeah, good, good. Well, I know everybody watching knows how to get in touch with you. Please reach out to her and let her know you're ready to get a booking in place. I'm going to stop my share now and turn my camera back on so you can at least see me before we finish up here today. Anything I didn't cover? Sorry, I turned it on, turned it off. Anything
No,
I
I think you covered just about everything. It I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to the Med. Actually, I was looking for some type of itinerary that hit the Morocco area and back up, and
Mhm.
I saw that just now.
Yeah.
So I will be looking into that for myself, actually.
Awesome. Well, you should just get a little group of friends to go with you, because once you get like 10 cabins, we throw some extra stuff in there for you. So,
Oh yeah,
hey,
for the circle.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And some of that stuff will be enhanced starting in January. So keep an eye out for that. If you're looking at the med for next year and you want to get a little group together, we can definitely make it happen and give you some extra onboard credit and some special dining and stuff like that.
Okay.
Well,
Sounds amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming out and giving me all the knowledge that needs to be known about this adults only experience. And I hopefully will talk to you later.
sounds good. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Steve.
Thank you.